Hello everybody, welcome back to the Limit of Adhesion and Season 4 of our Single Seaters Championship. This is Round 5 of the Championship and we're at Montreal. My name's Gareth and joining me once again in commentary is Jools. Jools, how are you?
Yeah, caption looks good, everything's right, so I'm good. Good to be here.
Excellent stuff, yes. And so, looking at the Championship, I'm particularly interested to see there in 7th place in the standings at the moment, Josh Kanema from the ETM after his maiden win at the Nürburgring in the sprint race. How's his championship going, do you think? Is he now a contender?
Well, he's certainly kicked it off. He's shown good pace. He's been absent, hasn't he, for a couple of the races due to summer holidays. So yeah, certainly. Yeah,
that's right.
Certainly a great win, and interesting to see what we can see from him in the future races.
Yeah, and we've always seen a bit of pace from him, certainly in the Formula Renault and in the F3 as well. You know, he's certainly up there in the top 6 or 7 in terms of pace. So maybe, this could be the springboard he needs to go for the championship.
I imagine that's what he's aiming for.
Absolutely, yeah. So taking a look at the championship standings, then we see the ETM down in 6th place then, where Joshka is one of the team members. And further down then, we've got a good battle forming between the A-Team and MMPR in 10th and 11th at the moment, QRS in 9th. So interesting little scrap there. Be interesting to see if the A-Team can get their championship underway as well. Both cars should be attending for this race then, Gary Jones and David Lyon. Taking a look at the practice results, we see David Lyon once again on top with a 129.236 from Rob Miller, and there is Joshka. So once again proving that he's definitely got a lot of pace at the moment.
Certainly
Richard
it's close
Santana.
there, 3rd to 6th place, even to 7th place. Well, carrying on down, you've got Maren Hugevin 2nd off in 9th. So 3 tenths between 3rd and 9th there. That's just looking tasty.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Very exciting stuff. Let's take a look at the grid then for the race. David Lyon on pole position ahead of Rob Miller. So a very familiar front row. Gavin Kelly showing well in 3rd and James Garlick 4th. In fact, that's a very exciting front 4.
Hi, everyone.
You can see Yoshka there in 7th, so he wasn't quite able to hook up the lap he got in practice, but he's in there.
Yeah, he's shown well though, hasn't he? Yeah, Stephen Batty's got a good result in 6th place as well.
Kelly's rival there, Walker, poor qualifying for him, putting him down in 9th place. He's not going to be happy with that.
No, and surprised to see Roberto Costa down in 13th. We normally see him scoring a bit quicker than that. Only 16 on the grid for this one. A bit of a smaller field than we're used to recently, but we wait to see what happens. The red lights are on. Green lights, we're racing on the Ile de Notre Dame. And there's a collision straight away between James Garlick, Rob Miller, and looks like one of the CC Racing's getting in there as well.
Walker's
so David
been
Lyon
involved. I can see in the background Walker's hit. That's going to
nice spot.
scupper his championship chances here.
Look at that going. Gavin Kelly from 3rd on the grid up to 2nd. And there's Josh Kanema from the ETM. Then he's in 3rd at the moment with Stephen Batty just behind. So these guys are all profiting from a couple of cheap positions and up a couple of places on the grid.
Well, that's 3 places gained already for Nemeth. In the background there, we didn't get time to say on the grid, Mr. Burnett has decided to join us for this round. So welcome back, Mr. Burnett.
Yeah, nice to see Will back in the single seaters. He's been focusing on GT3s for a while. So as we come up through the turn 7 and 8 chicane, then we see David Lyon leading from Gavin Kelly from Josh Kanema from 3rd. And then we've got Stephen Batty in 4th, Rob Miller in 5th. And he's attacking Batty as they come down to the hairpin. And there's Winslade just behind them then. He's up into 6th place then.
Yeah, surprised to see Miller there actually. I thought he would have got more damage from that collision at the start with Garlick. Looked like maybe he got a bit of wheel spin off the line.
Yeah, I'm surprised that his wheels are all still pointing in the right direction. It looks like he's steering straight.
Yeah, as he attacks Batty into the final chicane.
Yeah, brave on the brakes from Miller there, but not quite enough, and Batty is through. But look at that, he's squirming on the exit there. And that's put Winslade onto the back of Miller. We don't see Winslade attacking Miller too often, but he's going for it down to turn 1. Thinks better of it.
So how many are we going to see in the Wall of Champions today, do you think?
Yeah, Biggs, interesting to see that, yeah. Seeing a little lock-up from Batty there as he came through turn 2. Miller straight back onto the back of him. And just behind these guys, then we've got Chris White and Will Burnett, as you mentioned. They're running 7th and 8th.
I think Will Burnett has adapted very quickly to this car. He's already hassling White for the 7th position there.
Yeah, and they're all... As we say it, they've collided. Look, that's White and Burnett having an incident as Batty is getting under attack from Miller.
Yeah, I put my hands up. I cursed him there, didn't I?
You did, yeah. And here is Will Burnett then recovering, and Roberto Costa. That's Gary Jones getting it wrong. Oh, just losing. Oh, he's broken a wheel, so collecting Roberto Costa as he went round there. Unfortunate one. Meanwhile, we're cutting back to the leaders. That's Josh Caname. Oh, side by side. Wow, that was super brave by Kelly there, fighting it hard. Miller has got through Batty then. Someone just clonked the wall.
That was Winslade kissing the Wall of Champions. I don't think that quite counts. You need to wreck into the Wall of Champions.
You need to wreck into it, yeah. As we said many times, Winslade will probably never be a champion in the LOA. Replay from the start then, on board with James Garlick, so he dives to the inside to get past... Ooh. Dives to the inside to get past the slow starting Miller and just gets collected as the car skates to the right.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Nothing you could do there. Yeah. There was a gap. He went for it. He didn't know the car was going to kick out like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, so cutting back to then, this is 5th and 6th places then. So Winslade now on the back of Stephen Batty, riding on board with the ETM car. As we come up to the second chicane. Oh, they've made contact. That's some... Wow. I don't know if that was a move or what was going on there. Oh, look, Batty now into the wall.
I'm not sure what happened there.
No.
I don't think it was a move. He was too far back. It looked like he was caught out.
All of which is allowed. There's that Garlick. Oh, he's a lap down, isn't he? So we've got James Garlick and Chris Forrester, I think that is. Winslade's still running then in 5th place. Wonder if he's got any damage from that incident.
I think it's slightly too early to pit, so he's hoping, I imagine, to continue, but we'll see.
Yes. And, that's James Garlick letting Winslade back through. That's Richard Santana, I beg your pardon, isn't it? Who's now ahead of Winslade there on track.
Oh, and here's the incident between... Yep, they just spun in sympathy. Cold tyres, too much right foot.
Yes, and a replay then of Miller's move on Stephen Batty just prior to that incident with Winslade and Batty half a lap later. So, Lyon, Kelly, Namath is the podium sitters at the moment. Miller now running in 4th. Winslade about 6 seconds back in 5th place.
Yeah, I saw before that that replay, Lyon and Kelly were equaling each other and Miller was about 6/10 faster, so... He's got plenty of time to catch them. Well,
so he's definitely got no damage from that start line incident then, if he's showing that kind of pace.
Or he's just ignoring it through sheer stubbornness. I think Namath's dropped back a bit. He was attacking Kelly. He's now about 2nd back, so perhaps just sizing him up for another go.
Yeah. And we can see then, so Miller about 4 seconds off the lead at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that number. So we can see there has been a lot of incidents so far, haven't there? Judging by the number of drivers now 1 lap down. Chris White downwards.
Yeah. Looks like possibly Batty has called it a day. Another equaling of the lap times by the front two, but the two behind them are catching, so this is going to all close up.
Yeah, look at that. 130.5 by Miller.
Shout out to Winslade, he's still holding 5th place after that incident with Batty.
Yeah, but still a full 2 seconds off the pace of the front 4.
I think everybody's that far off the front 4 at this moment in time.
Yeah, it does look like that actually, yeah, you're right.
This is kind of a 2-class race at the moment.
Well, you lead us in nicely to the discussion of Club 1500, which is going on at the moment on our Discord. The potential to offer the opportunity of a new rookie and people with sub 1500 iRating to join into a separate championship rather than racing against some of the faster guys, and it'll give them the opportunity to go for wins and podiums and championships until they feel confident and ready to move up to this faster split.
That certainly sounds interesting, and I didn't even intend to do that. It's a happy little accident.
You're just that good at broadcasting now. Riding on board with Kelly then, we're looking back at Josh Namath running about, a second or so behind as they come through the final chicane. There's the Wall of Champions.
And Kelly will be happy to see that Lyon isn't scampering away.
Yeah, Kelly's doing a really good job here of holding station. Miller with a new fastest lap of the race.
He's still holding, homing in on them at half a second a lap or so. That gap is not going to last.
No, you're right. Already down to a 3.4. Winslade, a new personal best behind in 5th. Burnett is, a few tenths behind him, so he's closing gradually. And look at that, that's Jason Weaver running in P7. He's on for a fantastic result if he can keep this one going.
And a personal best for him as well, to boot.
Yeah. But Jason's not always had the best of luck in single seaters, so this is I'm very excited to see what he can do here. And no Jake Weaver in this one, sadly. Oh, the ledge. So there's no MMPR cars in this race, sadly.
That's right, yeah.
Here we go then, 2nd, 3rd and 4th coming through the hairpin together.
And traffic up ahead. Is that Jones? Yep, that's Lyon's teammate there.
Yeah.
I look at those fastest laps, as I was saying. These front 4 are about 2 seconds a lap faster than anybody else on the track.
Yeah. It shows Richard Santana a 1:31.9, kind of no man's land between that 5th down battle and the front 4. Would have been interesting to see what he can do.
Okay, Lyon's already past Jones, so Kelly up next. And a new personal best for Lyon, so he's responded to Miller's charge.
Yeah. And even then he's only a tenth ahead of Miller's last lap time and not close to his fastest. Here's Kelly on Jones then. Is Jones going to make it easy?
I think.
Yeah.
He's through though. Yeah, it looks like Namath followed him. So that's
they did.
Advantage Namath.
All 3 got through. Look, Miller's through as well, so well done to Jones, so safely letting everyone through. You just see Lyon scampering through the chicane ahead. So it looks like he's gained about a second through there, I would say.
Yeah, it does. It looks like you have to be so brave through that chicane and really just hammer those curbs.
Yeah, you do. Very rewarding. Get it right though.
It looks like this has allowed Namath to get a good tow.
Yeah, he's got a great run here. Here we go then, the battle for 2nd place once again.
Which way is Kelly
right in the
defend this time? Inside this time.
Yeah, Namath choosing the outside run. And again, Kelly oh wow, over that sausage curve. Is that going to be a slowdown for him?
I think it is. But I think he got a poor exit.
Yeah. He went right over that sausage curve on the inside, and that has allowed Joshua to get through up into 2nd place. Kelly was so late on the brakes into that final chicane. So as we know, Gavin Kelly, currently the championship leader, despite not winning a race yet this season, just been super consistent with his podium run, hasn't he, Jools?
He has finished every feature race on the podium so far, and that's the difference between him and Walker. Walker's had a bad result. So, drop races at the end will come into
meanwhile,
making a
Miller
move on Kelly. Nicely done.
What? Yes, now that is how to do it into that chicane. What a brave super move there by Miller, forcing the issue from the 2nd to the 3rd chicanes. And he's up, and that is Kelly off the podium now.
That's right. As I was just saying, though, Walker's had a bad result, so that's opened up a gap between Kelly and Walker. But you got to watch for Lyon and Miller and Namath and Jordan coming up in the later part of the season when the 3 drop results come into effect.
Yeah, but the fact that Jordan Johnson's not in this race, so
Miller's
look at that, Miller. Super early stop then at lap 8.
And that's Kelly passing Namath. Namath must have... Did he have a slowdown, or must have had a very bad exit from the final chicane?
Could have been a slowdown, surely, yeah. Good spot there, Jools. So that's, that could be pivotal then in terms of who is on the podium this time out then. Miller now in the pits for his mandatory stop. Winslade and Burnett now promoted to 4th and 5th. Look at that, Burnett a 1:31.8, so he's starting to really go fast.
Yeah, Winslade was only 2 tenths slower than him.
Yeah, here we go, replay then. So yes, Namath outbraking himself, and that will have been a slowdown as he had to scamper off over the inside.
So Kelly was off the podium, but securely back on it again.
Here's Richard Santana then attacking, is that Gary Jones ahead?
That's right, yep.
As they come up to the 3rd chicane, and he's down the inside. Oh, Jones hanging it around the outside. Brave, but backs out of it.
Good stuff.
So, Richard Santana now up to 12th place. Let's check in with Oliver Walker then. He's currently running in 10th. So, a good 8 places back from his championship rival. Miller's rejoined the action in 6th place at the moment.
Of course, points going down to 15th, but 10th is not going to give you much compared to 2nd and 3rd.
Exactly, yeah. And Namath now in the pits as well for his mandatory stop. Kelly, a new personal best, and he's matching Lyon ahead of him.
Yeah, but the lap traffic and the fighting with Namath has put him now 5 seconds ahead of Kelly.
Yeah.
So
this is all working out very nicely indeed for David Lyon. He's had an awful season with adventures and things like that.
Another personal best for Winstead, and I was just about to say he is due some good luck, Mr. Lyon.
Yeah. So Winslade now up in 3rd place, but obviously yet to stop.
So Miller's out lap 143.7.
You have to keep that number in your head then as we see how the other guys do when they're stopped.
Well, he was just in front of Kelly and just behind Namath, wasn't he? But then Namath had a slowdown.
Yes, so he's lost at least 3 seconds or so because of that. So we can see that the top 4 have yet to stop. Winslade and Burnett, it looks like they're having a good tussle in terms of lap times, trading fastest laps at the moment. I should say personal best laps, they're not the fastest laps. Lyon coming through once again then, so he's staying out.
And Kelly. So looking at those fastest laps, Miller's mostly been caught now, but he's still got that slight couple of tenths edge. He does rack up fastest laps. He's pretty much getting every one these days. Yeah,
we'll have to get that get that stat for the next race. It'd be interesting to see just quite how many he has. Oh, more stops then. Winslade into the pit lane.
Burnett follows.
Yeah, looking at the drivers behind, it almost looks like they're... Oh no, it's Weaver just coming in as well, just behind. Oh no, he's going pretty... That's exactly what I was going to say, actually. It's hard to tell if they're coming in or braking just for the chicane.
Fantastic lap from Miller.
That's a storming lap. Yeah. So Miller stays out and does the new... continues and does the new fast lap back up to 3rd place then.
So he's
how much...
Was that 30 seconds, 29 seconds behind Lyon?
Yeah. But how much of that is the pit stop time? It'll be interesting to see. Lyon has yet to have an issue or anything holding his progress up.
Of course, Lyon is going to be nervous on that pit entry, given what happened last race.
Yes, he had that awful problem as he dropped it into the Nürburgring pit lane, didn't he?
Well, that was his first pit stop this season, wasn't it? Because he's had so many issues or been on holiday. He actually hadn't made a pit stop yet.
Yeah, and here he is then.
He has negotiated the entry this time.
And Kelly's followed him in then, so keep an eye. There's Stephen Batty then continuing behind. Keep an eye on the driver tracker. Where is Miller?
So
Is that
5
him?
seconds between them, and it's converted now to 60 metres. If that's true, that can't be 5 seconds, can it? There's Miller.
No, there is Miller, yeah, like you say. So he's got to go through to turn 1 and 2. Here comes Lyon then. He's going to rejoin on the exit of turn 2. Here he is. So Miller, there he is coming through, and he's jumped Kelly.
Well, he was ahead of Kelly because he'd just made that move on him, hadn't he, before he pitted.
So he had
hasn't
your
gained as much as I thought he would.
No, the 2.2 seconds, that's game on. Here we go, Roberto Costa then, fighting with Chris Forrester. Nicely done round the hairpin, but Forrester off the brakes a bit quicker.
Should get a good toe here.
So Costa racing for the Otto Esports team along with Meren Hugevin, who's in 13th and a lap down. He must have got caught out with that lap 1 crash. That's Ollie Walker going through then.
Yeah, Costa lost his front wing, didn't he?
He did with Jones, yeah. But what happened to Meren? Did he get collected in the turn 1?
I think,
lap 1 incident?
The start incident, he was also part of that.
Yeah.
So Miller's now within 1.3 of Lyon, and Kelly's made up 2 seconds on Lyon, so he's within 3 seconds of him.
That's incredible. That's like 8 tenths he's taken out of him in 1 lap.
Let's see what his lap times are.
Make that 9 tenths.
Miller has the scent.
Yeah. There's blood in the water now.
New fastest lap.
A 140, is that 0.1?
130.1.
Incredible.
Okay, so here's the stint lengths. So Miller pitting 4 laps ago. Early stop.
Look at that then. Is that Ollie Walker's had to do a double stop then because not enough fuel to get to the end of the race, so he's done a splash and dash.
So Lyon had a fast pit stop time, only 4.6. I just saw a car off in the wall there, not sure who that was.
No, I just saw a cloud of smoke. Who's falling down the order? Is it Chris White because he's now in the pit lane?
Yeah, that would possibly be making sense. Right, less than a second now between the leaders.
Here they come then. Through the hairpin. We're looking down on Lyon. Where is Miller?
What we need to see now is who's got the better setup, because here you can go for a fast in a straight line and just suffer through the corners, or you go for more downforce and be a victim on the straights.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point actually, and it'd be interesting to see which one's done what.
I heard a talk of people swapping setups between qualifying and the race, which we allow to do, and using a high downforce setup for qualifying and then switching to a lower one for the race so that you don't get mugged by an easy slipstream.
Got to be brave to do that though, because you've got to last for 25 minutes without making an error on that low downforce setup.
Well, no one said it was easy.
No, and adapting between the two as well just makes it more complicated. Look at that, half a second now between the two drivers. Through turns 5 and 6 they come. We're riding on board with Rob Miller from the Little and Large team, chasing David Lyon from the A team. He's just ahead of us on the road there. This is the battle for the win. 2 laps to go in this race, and you can, like you said, Jules, about the aggression needed through that chicane on those curbs.
Yeah, Miller kind of took a bit much of one, I think, there and jumped. He got a bad exit and lost a couple of tenths coming out of the chicane. See if he can make it up again down the back straight.
Well, it looked like he made it up on the braking zone there.
He certainly is confident on the brakes there.
Meanwhile then, Burnett now ahead of Winslade. And this is the reason why then, Winslade out-braking himself there into the second chicane.
I'd be kicking himself, that was a great result, but only 1 position lost, so...
Yeah, 6th not too bad still, but let's hope he gets to the end of the race there without any further mishap. And he's not that far behind Burnett, so we could still have a scrap between these two. His line still ahead of Miller then. And I wonder, like you say, Jools, whether this is the difference between the two setups then, because Miller not able to get close to Lyon down that back straight. He's doing all the work in the corners. Here's James Garlick, currently running in 14th place and attacking Gary Jones. And he's through into the final chicane. Looks like Jones heading for a point or two then. And look at that, yeah, like I said, Miller so close to the back of Lyon as we come through this section of the track. And then we get to the back straight and Lyon just able to extend using that low downforce setup. That's got to be the way around it, isn't it?
It looks that way, but let's see. I know Kelly said that he found it impossible to catch Lyon in the GT3 race here because he had no pace through the corners in front of him, but then he just disappeared down the straight.
Well, Lyon's obviously gone for the same approach then with the F3.
Well, we need some DRS here, or rather Miller needs some DRS.
Miller's desperate for a DRS right now, yeah, absolutely. And we're on the final lap of the race then, so if he's going to do it, he's going to have to do it in the chicanes. Oh, he's out braking himself slightly into T1. We saw him make the move earlier on Kelly in between the two chicanes.
Brave to do that here. I think Lyon's a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Kelly.
So Josh Namath then currently running in P4 after slipping behind these three.
He's faded a bit after the pit stop.
Yeah, I think that slowdown sort of did for him a bit. Winslade slightly faster than Burnett behind, but only a tenth in it between those two. And a good 1.2 seconds, so probably not enough time for Winslade to get that place back.
Well, this is close.
This is very close, and oh, little blink from Lyon there. 0.3 is the gap as they come down to the hairpin. This is where Miller's got to do it really, because once we get onto the back straight, we've seen that Lyon's low downforce setup makes him ease away.
What's the gap? 0.4. 3.5. It's not going to be enough.
No. Good.
Just skips it. Just don't take the chicane.
Risks the penalty. Yeah. Oh, very nice line by the pair of them through there, though. But David Lyon then wins the feature race at Montreal, just ahead of Rob Miller in second place, a tenth between them. Big shout out for Gavin Kelly coming home in third place with a personal best on the final tour. That's a super result from him. Here's Josh Namath from the ETM then coming home in fourth place. And Will Burnett on the back straight then.
Congratulations, Dave.
That's an impressive drive, yeah. You were just
considering he had that, he had that spin with Chris White as well. Still coming home in fifth place though. What a super drive by him. Winslade coming home for, I think that's his best result of the season, perhaps. In sixth place, looks like he had another adventure with a 1:35. That's quite a slow lap at the end there. As we wait for the last few cars to come home. So David Lyon, that was an amazing race, wasn't it? David Lyon picking up the win just ahead of Rob Miller, who gave it his all at the end there. Not quite enough downforce. And Gavin Kelly coming home in third, and on the podium once again, Josh Namath in fourth. Big shout out for Will Burnett in fifth place ahead of Winslade in sixth, and Jason Weaver, a tremendous result for Team Shell Squirrel, coming home in seventh ahead of Oliver Walker. Roberto Costa in 9th, Richard Santana in 10th. Then we've got Chris Forrester, Stephen Batty in 12th, Merrin Hugevin 13th, 14th was Gary Jones and James Garlick in 15th for the final point.
That's going to be Batty and Forrester then for the front of the grid for our sprint race.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting front row. So Gavin Kelly maintains his lead at the top and extends even further now, 32 points clear of Oliver Walker.
You can see though Miller and Lyon shooting up as well as Namath.
Yes, exactly. I was seeing lots of people moving up though. Yeah, like you say, Rob Miller now in 4th place. Josh Nemeth up to 6th place ahead of David Lyon in 7th. But they're on equal points, so it'd be interesting to see what happens next between those two.
And of course, you said about Weaver, that's given him a 4th-place boost there. That's a great result.
Yeah, and Will Burnett, a new entry at number 20. I made myself laugh. Yeah, and as you mentioned there, Jools, the next race out then will be the sprint race, the reverse grid. And very exciting to see. Look at that ETM all the way up 4 places in the team standings, and they are now 2nd in the team standings. Massive, yeah. But then 4th and 6th, that was a massive result for the team. So excited to see what happens there. Rumblebees dropping 2 places, as do Race Ventura with their no-show this week. So, crazy exciting race then, and we'll do it all again with the sprint race, the reverse top 12.
Yep, pole position for Stephen Batty. Yeah,
let's see what he can do from there then. And as a reminder, you can find us at thelimitofadhesion.com, facebook.com/limitofadhesion, and please do like and subscribe the videos. It really helps us to know that you guys are watching and enjoying them. Come say hi to us on our Discord as well. Jools, thanks so much for joining me once again.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll see you again soon.
Cheers, guys.